Okay, Meta retargeting ads to take more listings this fall and winter is the topic. We're going to set up retargeting ad on Meta to take more listings this fall and winter. This is piggybacking off of a couple of the live sessions that we've done recently. We did one on a branded Google pay-per-click ad for your brand, your Mark Ilderton. Man, that is hard to say. Mark, real estate agent in South Carolina and loan originator in South Carolina. Just specifically when someone Googles your name to show up there. That was one thing. One of the sessions, we talked about retargeting on Meta, but we spent most of the time on how to build your custom audiences and so forth, and not a whole lot of time on the actual ad creation. James has been hitting me up with some help. He's got his audiences ready. So I want to set up an ad today. We're going to set up oh my goodness. I've been talking too much already today. Jeez. We're going to set dynamic retargeting ad on Meta. That's what we're going to do. And I have a doc that I can give you that you can swipe and deploy for those of you who are interested. And you can also take the idea and use in many other ways. So I'm going to specifically create one around the listings or taking more listings and getting people who are curious about what their home may sell for this fall or winter. But you could use the concepts to put any type of retargeting ad in front of folks. And then what I will likely do is create another example or two. I'll probably just record them as like a Loom video for other types of ads. For example, an ad showing your Google reviews, right? What others are saying about you and the service you provide, etc. So that's what we'll dig into today. I do have a couple of other things that I'll share and we'll spend a little bit of time on. And I'm just going to get right into it here. Let me share the right window here. Yesterday I had my volume turned down. So for those of you that were talking, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you, but I had my volume off because I was on the phone with a buddy of mine leading up to the session here. Yesterday on my live streams, so every morning I've been going live, or almost every morning I've been going live at 8:30 a.m. Eastern, just documenting me doing the work. This morning was phenomenal. I picked up 2 clients this morning in a matter of 20 minutes. And if you missed it, I'm not going to give any other information or context. So you have to go watch it to see how it happened. And you can check it out on the Josh Shanley Coaching YouTube channel. Yesterday, I was building out a smart campaign and some follow-up for an ad that I have running now, which if we have time at the end, I'll share for those who are curious. But in sharing that, one of the things that came up was, there's probably other names for this thing, but a hello bar that you can put at the top of your website to direct people to take a certain action. And so if you go to my Bold Trail website, at the top here is this hello bar. Get multiple cash offers for your property, no cost or obligation, tap here, or call or text me at this number. If you click on it, it takes you to the page that we're going to use today and that I'm going to encourage you to try. Just give this a try. You can check it out and try this for 30 days for free, and then you can cancel if you don't want to. But this page is what we're going to drive traffic to in the Meta retargeting ad. And if we have time, I'll show you how you can drive traffic for free to it and generate seller leads for free. And my challenge would be, if you go and sign up for a free trial, and I'll drop the link in the chat for the free trial. If you sign up for a free trial and you post every weekday for 30 days, really, I would love for you to post for 30 days straight. But even if you just do every weekday for 30 days, that would be 20 days, you'll generate seller leads and you'll have more opportunities than you did at the beginning. And I'll give you the process. Honestly, the process that I would give you is what I've been starting most of my live streams every day. So I have a posting process where I will post on Nextdoor, I'll post on my Google business profile, and I'll post on Facebook. And then I share that Facebook post into groups. This morning I did it and I've gotten 6 leads, I think, for free since this morning, since 8:30 a.m. this morning or 8:45, whenever I actually hit go. Okay. So this stuff works. Okay. Back to what I was originally sharing here, this hello bar and script. I'll drop a link to this in the chat as well. If you're watching this after the fact, just comment or shoot me a DM and I will send you this. This is a script that you can add to your website, whatever website tool you're using. And some of you are using multiple. You can put it on as many as you want. You put it in the custom header code, and this Loom video tells you how to edit it, right? Because if you literally just copy and paste this, you're going to send me business, which is great, but you want to send yourself business. Okay. So you got to change the URL. And if you want to vary whatever you're offering, you can do all of that. And all you have to do, you just install it on the custom header code. It's the same place where you put like tracking codes and things like that. It's the same place you put the script, the website lead capture script in fastcashoffers.ai. It's the same place that you put that, which, by the way, this is pretty wild. Where's my website visit leads? And how do I do all? I have captured since, I think I had Joe on July 30th to talk about this tool. That sounds right. I think it's July 30th. And I can verify here. You can join. I promise I'll get into the topic for today very soon. But you can join the school community for free. Okay. I'll drop that link in the chat as well. You go to Classroom Replays. July 30th, Joe was talking about this. Since that time, what's that? 1 month, 2 months, 2.5 months, I've captured 434 leads. That's bananas. I haven't even been driving that much traffic, not that much paid traffic. And it's not like I'm going nuts on paid traffic. That is bananas. Okay, let me see here. Here's the challenge I will put out. I'm gonna record this as a separate challenge alone. That 30-day challenge, here's what I will put out there to you. I'm gonna save it, but I'm gonna create a separate document and a training. But here will be the challenge. If you post for free using the strategy that I will outline in this challenge and you do it for 30 days, I will pay for a year of either the fastcashoffers.ai tool for you or listings to leads. You pick. You pick. I'm just throwing it out there. But you got to do it for 30 straight days. And the proof, I'll be able to verify because you have to actually post. So I can go and see, did this person do this for 30 days? And if you do it, you pick. I'll get you a free year of this tool or a free year of listings to leads. Mainly because I'm curious what will happen for someone else. Shane, I'm sorry, buddy. It's easy to find. Okay, actual meta retargeting ad setup, which was the topic for today. So this is assuming that you have this information. Where is it? Here. The replay from September 17th. And what I mean by that is if you don't have custom audiences, you don't have people to retarget to. Okay. Now I will tell you that you could create this same ad setup and just run it to a 10-mile radius around your property address, or you could run it to every homeowner in your county and it'll work that way as well. But I want to show you how to set it up as a retargeting ad first and foremost. Okay. So it's assuming that you've done this work here and you've created, I think there was 5 or 6 different custom audience buckets that we created on there. So it's everybody who has clicked the lead ad. It's everybody who's been to your Facebook page. It's all of your contacts in your database. It's all of the website traffic people that have gone to your different websites that you have the Meta Pixel installed on. Those are the buckets. All the people that have watched videos on your Meta profiles. Those are the buckets, and we're going to lump them all in one campaign here. I'm going to show you what the end result looks like, and then we're going to build it out. So this is a previous version of this campaign that I had running, and I don't know why I stopped running it. I have no idea. I don't know why I do this. I get distracted. Squirrel syndrome. We all fight it. There are a variety of images and a variety of different text or copy, and it rotates through so that if James is in one of my retargeting buckets, what he sees today is not the same as what he sees tomorrow. In other words, it keeps things dynamic. And in a platform like this that is interruption style marketing, if you don't mix up what you're putting in front of them, they will get they will become blind to what you're offering, right? They'll just not they'll stop paying attention to what you're offering. That's why I like this dynamic creative option when we're setting this up. This is the ad dashboard. and we're going to hit create, and we're going to choose traffic. Actually, this is a retarget. Yeah, we're going to choose traffic because we still, even though it's a retargeting ad, we want people to actually take a desired. Okay, so I'm choosing traffic, and then I'm choosing manual traffic campaign. Do not fall for the recommended settings. Don't do that. Okay, manual traffic campaign. I'm going to call this home value dynamic right there. I'll do that, but I literally did this almost exactly a year ago at this time. That is pretty wild, actually. So I'm going to change the name slightly. The only other thing I have to do at the campaign level is choose housing as the special ad category. I'm going to do traffic ad set. I like to use the same naming structure throughout the ad campaign, the ad set, and the actual ad. Doesn't really matter. That's just what I prefer. I'm going to select website, and I'm going to leave it at maximize number of landing page views. Okay. And here's why I do that. It says, we'll try to show your ads to the people most likely to open the app or website linked in your ad, versus maximize number of link clicks. That's just trying to get people to click. And in my experience, this gets people with more intent. Like they're not just like bots clicking anything that is put in front of them. They're more likely to actually engage with your page and not bounce right back off of the page. Okay. So that's the one that we're going to go with. The budget, I'm going to do $1 a day. That's the minimum. I could do more. I might bump it up at some point, but $1 a day, that's next to nothing. Next to nothing. Locations. I'm going to put in my city here, and I'm going to do, now you got to figure out what works for you. Okay. There's no one perfect right answer here. For me, I'm in a relatively rural area. We don't have horrifically bad traffic. And like all things considered, I happily cover a pretty big radius around my home office. I'm going to extend this out to 25. You may want to limit it to the 10-mile radius. There's no right or wrong. Like, you can do whatever you want. And in fact, looking at this, I'm gonna bump it out to 30. I'm gonna go even farther as I'm looking at the coverage of where that map ends up, because I can get down here because I know the traffic patterns. I can get down there in 40 minutes. Ain't no thing. I got no problem going 40 minutes. And honestly, I've been listing and sell a lot of properties where I don't even go to the properties in some of the cases. Depends how motivated they are and what the situation. So right on the Maryland border. I don't want Maryland because I'm not licensed in Maryland. That's a good radius for me. I'm good to go there. Oops. Zooming out doesn't really matter. Now, where we need to find our custom audiences. To avoid your results, your budget must be at least $3. I can guarantee that at $1, I won't get 0 results. So you have to be careful on Meta or Google that, like, sometimes their recommendations are not in your best interest. They're in their best interest. They're trying to spend your money. Now we'll see if this is actually making it look like it won't let me publish it. No, I think it'll let me publish it. So I'm going to leave it like that. If I have to update it, I will, but we'll still get traction at $1 a day. Why can I not find where to add my custom audiences? Here we go. Show more options. No. Where the heck are my custom audiences? Oh, use a saved audience. It's like they freaking try to hide this stuff. It drives me crazy. We're going to use a saved audience here. Oh, no, wait. Where are my custom audiences?
I've run into that before too, where it doesn't list them. You have to actually start typing it and know the name of your,
I guess it is a saved. I thought it used a saved audience. Okay. Lead. No, see, use a saved audience. Oh, it's right here. Geez. Search existing audiences. Now it's saying to exclude. Any custom audience here will be excluded. I don't want them excluded. Where can I include my custom audiences? Come on, Facebook. Drive me crazy. Your audience location. Controls. Oh, golly. All right, let me try. Views. They're not there. What in the? This might be applications involved. It's saying to exclude these. I don't want to exclude these. I want to include these. What happens if I do this? Yeah, that's excluding the audiences.
What if you get rid of location? Will it allow you to pick the audience then?
I don't think so, but I'll try it. This is actually illustrating why I don't do this style often, because Meta changes this crap all the time. I've created these types of videos literally since 2009, and they're usually outdated in minutes or certainly weeks, if not months. And it's not even letting me delete. It won't even let me delete it. Audiences. What a problem. Problem is it won't let me delete it. Use a save.
Refresh.
You know what? That's a good call. Sometimes it refresh and it'll present different things that weren't there before. So it has, is this saved audience?
Got to click the audience suggestions button to open the audience's modal. It's been paid recently.
Say what?
Click the audience suggestions button.
Oh, wait, switch to original audiences. Why the hell does it do that? There it is. Ridiculous. Like, I swear. There are some things that they do that do make our lives easier, but most of these platforms, Google ad platform, they just try to make it harder than it needs to be. Golly. Here we go. Now I can do my custom audiences, and if I want to add in exclusions, I can do that if I want. Jeez Louise. Wasted, however. But look, we got through it, and I pride myself on being transparent, and you see how the sausage is made here. Sometimes you just gotta fight the good fight. All right, I think those are, yep. So there's 6 audience buckets here, and we created those buckets on that 17th, that September 17th. So it's all of my existing Bold Trail contacts. It's all engaged people from my IG account from the last 365. It's all lead form opens in the last 90 days. So anyone who clicked the learn more button on a lead form in the last 90 days, and 90 days is the max that they will allow. All pages engaged last 365. So that's a Facebook page. All video through plays last 365. And then all website visitors last 180. So I've set them to the maximum of all of those audiences because real estate is a long sales cycle, right? And they might refer or whatever, right? Like I think you just set it to the max for this. I think that's best practice. We'll see if I have to come back and fix the budget because it's given me that error message, and maybe I will set it to 3 and then drop it down. But for now, I'm just going to leave it be. So I'm going to add the name. Now I'm on the ad itself. I'm going to add the name, and you can see here, it's got my Facebook page, my Instagram account, and even my Threads account here. We're going to create an ad, and it's going to be a manual upload. We'll just leave it as flexible format. Oh, I forgot one important thing. Hold, I need to go back here. So I need to go back to the campaign level or the ad set level, just right here. So the ad set level, we want to turn on dynamic creative. We're going to turn on dynamic creative on the ad set level. And now we're going to create the dynamic variations. Number 1, I'm going to select images, and I may have to go and grab these if I remember correctly. Business Instagram page. Okay, there are some. Let me see how far back we'll go here. I have the copy variations, but I forgot about the images. James, you said you had created your image.
Yeah, like for the dynamic, I created
Yeah.
I have the same as yours.
Okay. All right. I did find some here. The nice thing is with the dynamic creative ads, you can always go and add more variations up to a max number, or you can swap out different ones. So as long as I have some here to start, we can at least build it out, and then we can figure it out from there. And actually, why don't I do this? I'll just show you how some simple ways to get this page here. So I'm going to take screenshots of this page. This is the page I'm going to send people to. You can get this page with the 30-day free trial. I dropped this link in the chat. I'm going to drop it in the chat again. You get a free 30-day trial, and that will allow you to create this page, which you can then use. And the reason why I'm referencing this page is I can tell you with certainty when it comes to a home value or a cash offer, multiple offer, instant offer, whether it's driving traffic organically, meaning for free, or paid traffic, this landing page converts as good or better than any other landing page I've seen or used. Way better than the ones that we might think look cool. For example, there's a landing page example in the platform here that when I saw it, I was like, ooh, this page is awesome. And it is, except people don't opt in. So who cares? Like, it looks great, but people don't actually put their information in and become a lead for you. So I'll show you an example of that page. I think it's this one. This page is cool, but it doesn't work nearly as well as this one.
Where do you get that link? Josh, can you
It's like
toggle back to for that
this one?
page? Yeah, in Falcon.
Oh, where do I build this one? Okay, so you go get your free trial. You get your CRM integrated, all of that good stuff. If you go to marketing and you go to plus page, right? Green plus page, select a template. I am using the simple value offer page light mode. Simple value offer page light mode. And this page works so well. So this landing page is from version 1.0 of this platform. They've moved to V2. They didn't have this template in there. And last week or 2 weeks ago, I said, Joe, I need this template back because it works better than any of the ones you have in there. And the template that I still use this, but I can't remake it exactly, that I pointed him to is this one. This one just works. They are working on making it so that you can, where is it? So that you can put a map view in the background. That should be ready in a couple of weeks. For now, the simple landing page works. When you have this map view and I'm sending traffic from these areas, they're like, oh yeah, I live in Elizabethtown or I live in Hershey. It screams to the person going there that this is relevant to me, right? It's another level of relevance. I will let everyone know once that functionality has been opened up. But for now, this page still works better than this fancy pants one here with the floating whatever and these cool things. It just works better. Okay, back on track. So this is the page that we're going to send to. And I think I took a picture of one, but I'm going to take a picture of the other here. So I'm going to use screenshot, a couple of different screenshots, one where I've got home valuation clicked, one where I've got instant offer clicked, and I have some other media in here that we can use as well. So I'm going to choose this.
That was at the sliders going back and forth.
Yeah, that was a
That's
video.
cool.
That
Did
was
you
a
do that on
video.
your phone? You record off your phone somehow?
Yeah, I forget how I made that.
That was awesome.
Dig that up. Yeah, I'll have to dig that up. I think that's a video that anyone could use. I don't think there's anything about it that makes it like specific to my area. So I'll dig up that video and I'll add it to the document that'll have the copy and the copy and the headlines and so forth that people can R&D. I'll get that to everyone.
Nice.
I'm going to hit continue on that, but I need more media. Select images. We're going to upload these 2 screenshots that I grabbed.
Ronaldo says, do we have to buy domain names for each town or home addresses?
No, nope.
Mm.
You can, so with this tool, you can make an unlimited amount of these landing pages. And if you want to make them specific for each town, you would just make a new one. You'd select simple value offer page light mode. And I would say Mechanicsburg home values, for example. And then I can change what's your Mechanicsburg home worth. Get multiple instant cash offers for your Mechanicsburg home. Like you can map it to that and you can create unlimited, but I'm a domain junkie, right? So I have way more domains than I should have reason to have. But usually what's easier is just using something like Rebrandly and creating your own short versions of pages versus paying a specific, each domain you got to pay to buy and then every year, right? So like with Rebrandly, I can do joshvips.com/Mechanicsburg home values. And then I can just forward that to whatever I want, right? But this one is a catch-all. Like this is all of 717 that I'm targeting here. 717 being the area code that I live in. Okay. You can include up to 10 images and or videos in this dynamic creative. I have 3 in here. This is already taking me way longer than I would like, and I want to get through this and then get to Q&A. So I'm not going to get to 10, but best practice would be use all 10, because it means that people will see the same image less, right? Like it'll seem like a variety of different things that they're seeing, and it'll keep it fresh in their feeds. Okay. So I'm just going to stop at 10 or 3 for now, but eventually after this, I will get to 10. Now, primary text. This is the text above the media. I guess it depends on what placement, but generally speaking, this is like the big chunk of text. And actually, I'm going to cheat here because I'm running behind. I'm going to go grab these variations from this ad from last year that I ran. I have them in a Google Doc. I will share that with anyone who wants it. If you comment below, if you DM me, whatever, I'll make sure that anybody that wants this, you can even text me 717-571-0456. I will have a Google Doc with all of these different variations, etc., in it for anyone who would like it. But I'm just going to go in. I'm going to go and copy. Whoops. I'm going to copy these primary text variations and paste them in. So I put that in, and then I go another option, because I can do up to 5 of these. And again, I want to have variation not just on the media, the images and videos, but also on the text that they're seeing. So I have 5 variations. I'm going to do all 5 of these variations. Add another. Oh, I only did 3. So I'm only going to do 3. I did 3 primary text ones. I could use ChatGPT to get me 2 more options. I'm not going to right now, but you could. So now I'm going the headline options. So this is like on most placements or on certain places, this is below the video or image. So add another option, and here. To be clear, I would recommend you use the maximum number of variations you can for the images and the texts and the primary text and the headline. So you'll have 10 images and videos and/or videos. You're going to have 5 primary text variations, and you're going to have 5 headline variations. The additional description, to me, I think is useless. I don't see much benefit in it. It doesn't show up on that many placements. It's not all that useful. So I don't even worry about that. And that's for any of my ads. I just don't really care about it. Now, the website URL. The website URL, that's where we're going to put this URL. I'm going to close this out because I make sure I'm in the right one, the new one. So I paste that in to my website URL. And these browser add-ons, okay, this is already selected by default for me. If it's not, and it probably won't be if you've never done this, I would choose the call browser add-on and put in, this is a Go high level phone number for me. So it's like it's a way that I can track. You could put your personal cell phone, you could put your smart number with Bold Trail, whatever. Just put a number there, and it means that someone could call from your ad. Will you get a lot of them? No. But 1 a month, 1 a quarter could easily pay for your retargeting investment for years, potentially. If you get 1 listing or 1 client that calls from this and you're spending $1 a day, that's $365 in a year. Like, pretty good. Pretty good. Okay, I think I'm going to hit publish. I might get the error message and I might have to update the budget, but it looks like, okay, so few details. So for whatever reason, it will not let me do it for $1. I don't know why. It might be new. I'm going to change it to 3. I'm going to publish it, and I'm going to leave it run. Still, just did that. Hit refresh. I'm going to let it run for a couple of days. I'll come back and check it. And my guess is I'll be able to edit it to back down to $1, but maybe not. Oh, what is this? This place. I don't really care. I wanted to illustrate again. This is why I don't like doing these kind of videos. It's just painful to get through it. And it also, the platforms, like, they look different. So it went through there for some reason. I didn't really change anything. I just hit publish again, and it seems to be processing, which means it'll take probably an hour or 2 before it'll be live. And then sometime later today or tomorrow, I'll add more primary text variations, and I'll add more images and video options as well. So it makes it even more dynamic. Okay. I wanted to show the step-by-step, but I also wanted you to just understand conceptually how you can create retargeting ads that would remain relevant and dynamic for a longer period of time. Because because of the difference in advertising medium, if you're running the same thing forever, people just get blind to it. Versus the branded Google pay-per-click ad or any Google pay-per-click ad is intent-based. So the people that are going today to search Josh Shanley, eXp Realty, is different than the person going tomorrow to search. So that's different people seeing that. This retargeting, though I am adding more people to my retargeting bucket every day, because today there will be people that land on my website or one of my websites that had never been there before, so they'll go into the bucket. Though that is happening, the core bucket of people is seeing the same thing if I don't mix it up. So other ways that you could create dynamic ads very simply would be, I can do 10 images. And James, you can, if people have questions that I should address, if you can keep an eye on that.
Yeah,
But if for example, when I sell a property, when I close a transaction and I successfully get a review, I make these little Canva images. And it could be this, or it could just be this. So this is just the review and my response. I could have 10 of those, and those are my creative. Those are my media, 10 variations of that. The primary text could be thinking about buying or selling here in the 717, let's chat, and the link. And those primary texts, I could even mix those up. Like that call to action could be the same, but I could mix those up with the actual text. I could just literally copy this text and put 5 stars. Josh moved very quickly to sell my house, blah, 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 and dash Richard Crozier, because he said that. And I can mix those up. And that's a direct call to action. In that case, where I would send people is this page here, which is like my Linktree page. Makes it easy for them to save my contact or check out my different socials or schedule a call or whatever. And I will build that one out as well, but I want to leave time to cover some other things and answer questions. And if I do another one, it'll probably, something else will go wrong in their platform and I'll just get annoyed and it'll waste 5 or 10 minutes. And by the time, before we know it, it'll be top of the hour and we got to shove off and get towards other stuff. What questions, comments, you can open your line, you can drop questions. $3 is Meta's new $1. Do you know that for certain, Tamara? Or are you just saying that because it was blocking me?
No, that's their new normal. I
Okay.
used to run dollar ads all the time, and now it's $3. That's the
Inflation,
lowest you can go.
inflation hitting us everywhere.
It
Hitting
is.
us everywhere. It just is what it is. So it might be that, I'm just thinking this through. Okay. I got to think this through, but you could have one campaign that is a retargeting campaign, and you could even have one ad, and the ad set you have to set to $3. But you could have 3 different ads that are all dynamic ads that all have completely different intents. So in fact, that's what I will do. I will record another video that will piggyback on this, which will be creating another ad under the same campaign, same ad set. And the ad set is where you have to set the $3 budget. And so instead of having where I would do this before, I'd have a campaign and an ad set at $1, and I'd create one dynamic ad like I just created. And that'd be its own like silo, $1. If they're making us set $3 at the minimum, I could create 3 different ads. One of them is my home value dynamic ad creative. One of them is my Josh is awesome Google review ad creative. And one of them is, I'm trying to think of another retargeting variation. I'll come up with something that is relevant to me and who I want to connect with. Like I've been having so much fun and so much success working with investors. So I would probably make some kind of dynamic ad retargeting around, are you thinking about getting started investing or adding to your portfolio? Text me for off-market deals we have available right now or something like that. But my point is, if that's their new constraint, like how do we make the best of that new constraint? And that, off the top of my head, not knowing that $3 is now the new minimum. It must have been somewhat recent because I feel like I created an ad not that long ago that was $1 a day, but time flies. So maybe I'm wrong. But that's my immediate response to that thing. And so what I would do in that case, I might even be able to do this real quick. We don't have other questions.
What about doing a cash offer ad? Home values, cash offer.
Oh, yeah. Ugh. Yes. I will do a home value, which I already, more around, hey, what's my property worth? I'll create one that's a dynamic around cash offers, and then another one that'll be just Josh is awesome, kind of other people talking kindly about me. Julian, go ahead.
Yeah. So ultimately, under that $3 umbrella, you could have up to 30 different pieces running. Is that what you're saying? 'Cause each one would
You can have as many as you want. I was just pontificating. I don't know why I used that word. I would never like.
You were pontificating. I like it.
I know, but that's not how I talk. I don't know why I said that. Whatever. Anyway, it could be as many as you want, meaning it could be 5 that all have 10 variations. The reason why I went 3 is simply because, okay, I know that at $1 a day, I would get traction. In fact, this one right here, I'm pretty sure this is $1 a day. So I don't know if I raised it to that or Meta raised it to that without asking me. I'm not sure. Tricky. I don't think I had it at 3, but maybe I did. Anyway, the reason why I went 3 is if it's $3 a day, I know I have experience or feedback previous that $1 a day as a retargeting ad to a custom audience will get traction, right? My thought was, okay, if they're going to say 3, then let's just have 3 ads. And it won't, the thing that you can't control is it's not going to evenly split $1 on this dynamic ad and $1 on this dynamic ad and $1 on this, but whatever. The cool thing about that is, because there is some good to that, you just build one campaign and one ad set. And if you're continuing to grow your custom audience buckets, you can just switch out ads and try different stuff. And then you're only changing one thing or adding one new. And you look at, okay, which of the 3 that I have running right now are getting no traction? Look, last 30 days, which of these 3 are not being favored by Meta, which means they're not resonating with the people it's being put in front of. I could pause that and just create a new one. That's, in fact,
Would you go in? So, okay. So let's say we have 3 and 2 of them are performing and the one's not really getting any traction. You wouldn't just go into that specific, let's say it was a picture, and just replace that picture. You'd have to pause it and then add a new one.
No, you could do that too. You could, so.
Which one's better? Like in Meta's eye, you think?
That is, which one's better? The answer is the same for all marketing. You have to test because this platform is wild. You just got to do stuff and see what works. You might duplicate the ad and change the images, and that might work great. Or you might just go into the current one and change the image. I wish I could give you a perfect blanket answer. I can't. There's just no way to know for sure. Let's see, I was trying to copy this ad into that ad set that I made and it won't work. But what I will do, again, as a part 2 to this, because I want to do it for myself anyway, just document what I'm going to do for me. And I might even do this tomorrow morning on my live stream, depending on how the rest of the day goes, is I will go into this campaign. And actually, here's the very first thing I'm going to do. I'm going to call this Josh Dynamic Ads, all retargeting audiences. And this will be my one bucket, my one big bucket campaign wise. And then I'll have this one big ad set. So I'm going to call this ad set the same thing. And then my ads will have different objectives or different things that I'm offering or focuses of the ad, right? So I'll have one that's more about home values or curious what your home might sell for kind of thing. Then I'll have one about multiple cash offers. And then I'll have one about why Josh is so great. And eventually I might add more and I might also up the budget in that case. We'll see. Shay had a question. What is
to give a little context,
MADIC?
when I'm trying to the template for a custom audience on here, like we're talking about, it's got email, phone, if I wanted to add it to Messenger, and then MADID. And I don't know exactly what that is to add that. Is that necessary?
No, nope.
Okay.
When you're uploading, I match email and I'll do that. and then I'll match phone and I'll do that. That's it. Like you don't, if we're talking about uploading your customer data or a database,
Yeah.
you won't have that MAD ID. I think that's only if you were re-uploading leads that opted in with a lead form that might have that. It's not important or relevant.
Okay.
I would
If
say
I've got email, phone number, first name, last name.
I don't even match first name, last name.
Oh, so you just email and phone number and then just let it rock and go from there?
Yep.
Oh, wow. You're saving me hours. Awesome.
Yep. And what I do though, is I do them separately, but in the same audience, meaning, and I think this is how we demonstrated it on the 17th. I will create the audience. I'll upload it. I'll only match email. Then I'll go and say, add to this list, and I'll only match phone number. And I don't know if I'm right or wrong, but I think it goes and versus or.
If you do
the
one
email
just
and phone
email
don't
and
match,
one just as phone number, it will add it to make sure that if they've got one or the other, and if you
I
got
think-
both, it might take it out. It's worth a shot. It's worth a shot.
much more
17.
time. Yeah, it doesn't take that much more time. And the nice thing is, you follow and implement what we shared on the 17th.
Okay.
Theoretically, you should only have to set those buckets up once, because if you do all of that, what we outlined, including the Zapier setup that will add people automatically, as if you get a lead from a Google pay-per-click ad or a homes.com lead that reached out about your listing that feeds into Bold Trail. If you've got the Zap set up, it puts them in the custom audience as well. So if you do that, theoretically, you only have to do it once. And I say theoretically because the freaking platforms, I mean, as you see, like it changes all the time, but like theoretically, you should only have to do it once.
I appreciate that. I remember after the 19th or after the 17th, we had a one-on-one and I didn't seem to have it set up for my ad account the way you wanted it to for retargeting, because you were going to help me with that. So I think I've got that fixed. I think it'll work now.
Beautiful. Ronaldo, question. Once we set this platform up and it'll be working on autopilot, so I didn't forget it, or do we need to continue change making? So again, theoretically, it could be autopilot. But even if you have a bunch of variations and you're using dynamic creative, eventually it will get stale. So while a Google pay-per-click ad, you can literally set up once and set it and forget it. And even there, you can't really, because they changed some of that crap too. But theoretically, it would be set it and forget it, because the people that are searching certain words changes daily based upon their intent. Here's my answer. You should check in on these at least once a month and look at, do I need to either create a fresh ad altogether, or do I need to refresh some of the creative? Maybe you set it up so that you check in on it literally the first day of every new season, the first day of spring, which is what? March 21st, first day of spring, right? And then you change it from, and I didn't even do this, but you change it from curious what a buyer might pay for your home this winter to this spring, right? That little bit, you want to be checking anyway, right? To make sure that Facebook didn't change your budget or whatever. And you want to look for ways to, how can I make this relevant, congruent, etc. Go ahead,
Right.
Ronaldo.
Yeah, the basic question also is, with this platform, what I'm getting is to find people that they raise their hand and they are the one seeking for my information for home values and sort of those things, or do I put in the platform for sell by owners already been in contact with, or my SOI or expired people that want to put in a follow-up 60, 90 days follow-up? Lost you in the question?
I set this up as a retargeting ad to show to anyone who is in those 6 custom audience buckets.
Uh-huh.
You could also create that exact process that I outlined, and you could show it to anyone within a 10-mile radius of whatever city you choose, or anyone in a certain county, and it will work there as well. In that instance, you'd be catching or generating activity out of people that they might be in your sphere of influence, but mostly would be cold to you or not meant to you. Either can work. Today was about retargeting.
And this is through Facebook. Where we're going to be. I'm not a little lost. I'm brain farting over here, but
Meta is Facebook and Instagram. So that's just like the catch-all. So it will show on Facebook and Instagram.
all right. Thank you.
And Ronaldo, just to clarify too, like we're pushing expires, FSBOs, pre-foreclosures into a different CRM, high level. And it had, instead of using Zapier, this is getting down the weed, but it's got an API. So just any of those leads, boom, goes into the custom Facebook audience also. So anybody that we've got their info is going in there, they're seeing us on Facebook over and over. So
Yeah, I got it. I'm a little lost with much of this thing. I gotta catch up either way. This is real interesting. So I'm gonna watch those videos at the school platform. So thank you.
And for whatever it's worth, here's where all of this started. I have to find it first. Where is this? Here. On August 6th, 5 set it and forget it ways to sell more homes. That's where I started this whole sort of that has led to several of these sessions now. And so the 5 ways, number 1, and in my opinion, I have these set in order of execution, meaning I think this is the order you should implement these. Now, I could be wrong. I'm wrong all the time. Just ask my wife. That was such a dad joke. Oh my goodness. But like from my own personal experience, this is what is, it's in order of Pareto's principle, in my opinion. Number 1, organize your sphere of influence and past clients. And by organize, I mean put them in a spreadsheet, a Google spreadsheet, Excel, it doesn't matter. Name, mailing address, email, and phone number. If you don't have all of it, use whatever you have. To execute number 1, you have to have their mailing address. If you have email and phone, there are other things that we can and could and should do. But at a minimum, if you have their name and their address, and they're in your sphere of influence or past clients, you're good. And honestly, if you don't have the other information, like it's so easy to find it now for most people that would be on your list. TruePeopleSearch.com, super easy to find. If you do that and you want help with the rest of number 1, I'll do it for you. But with these caveats, you have to have a thanks.io account and you have to have an iList account with fastcashoffers.ai, my iList platform, because that is where we send people to. That's the engagement piece. That's the value prop that we're making. And that also creates another trigger opportunity for us to then reach out to them. Okay. So this isn't free. There is a cost to it. And all told, it'll cost you like $1.25 per person per month. This is working so well for me. I'm constantly looking for people I can add to this list. People that I can add that will get this postcard every month. And the front is the same every month. The back is dynamic and unique every month based upon their address and the time of year and some other factors. Okay. That would be the first one on the list. The second one on the list, we covered this on October 1st. I went out of order. On the 17th, I did the meta retargeting, and it's a pain to set it up. You got to figure it out. You got to just FIO, but you can set up a branded Google pay-per-click ad for your name, set it up one time at $1 a day, and it ensures that when people go and Google you, you have some control over what they see. When someone Googles Josh Shanley, eXp Realty, please don't do that, okay? Or if you don't click on my Google pay-per-click ad, please don't do that. But if someone Googles Josh Shanley, I guess, I don't know if it matters if I do this or this, but if someone Googles Josh Shanley, eXp Realty, I guess it won't show my ad because I'm logged in. No, this is my ad. This is my ad. Don't click on my ad, please, because I pay for it. But this is my ad. I'm paying to show up when someone shows. But the reason why I'm doing that is I don't want somebody else to show up when my name is Googled. And there might be an agent in my area that isn't bidding for Josh Shanley eXp Realty, but might be bidding for eXp Realty and might show up, if I don't have an ad running, might show up above my Google business profile if I'm not running an ad. I don't want that to happen. $1 a day. I think I have, mine might be at $2 a day. Whatever. That's number 2. Number 3, all of your contacts are on either a search alert or a market report or both. If I go back up to here, let's start with this. I think it should be all of your contacts, any lead that you've ever gotten, but you should start with SOI and past clients, which is why I said you want to have name, mailing address, email, and phone number, if possible. In Bold Trail, I set those people up on a market report and, if applicable, a search alert. And I say if applicable, meaning if I know they're actually actively searching, but at a minimum, they get set up on a market report. This morning on my live stream, I was calling investors around a bank-owned property in my area because like I like to hunt and I like working with investors. So my 7th call, the guy picks up, great conversation, is interested, wanted me to send info on that one. And the crazy thing is I remembered in doing this work that I have a motivated seller that has an off-market property. It's an expired listing that he filled out information on my website wanting an offer. And I remembered that in doing this work. So then I had 2 properties to send. I have a conversation with Brian. I get all of his info, name, email, phone, active investor, etc. I immediately, one of the immediate things I did, I can't show this because then YouTube won't let me have it. Won't let me show it. Okay. I can't show you this, but I added him as a contact in Bold Trail and I put him on a market report for Hanover, PA because he lives in Hanover, PA and he invests in Hanover, PA. So like right there. And I added him to my top 150 to that direct mail postcard because I had a conversation with him. And I want him to remember me when he's looking for deals or wanting to do deals, or he's got a flip that he wants to list, or he decides to sell his primary residence. Okay. That's number 3 on the list. Everybody, every one of your contacts. Because the other reason why I have that here is we all get busy and we all go through seasons where we might be having health challenges or this, that, and the other thing. If you get as many people on this direct mail campaign and as many people on the search alert or a market report, you're at least reminding the people that are already predisposed to doing business with you that you're still in the business. As crazy as it sounds, like I have had personal friends who I coached their son for years. And when their mom and dad needed to sell their house and buy a new one, they were like, is that something you even do? Do you even do that? And I was like, what do you mean? Yes. What are you talking about? And that's my fault that they didn't clearly know. That was also years ago before I started doing this direct mail and market reports, et cetera. Less likely to happen now, but like you'd be shocked at the number of people that would do business with you or refer business with you. But they literally, A, they don't know if you're still in business, B, or that you're actively wanting more business. And number 4 is the script that I shared that I've personally used to capture 434 leads since July 30th. There's a cost to it, okay? But I can tell you with certainty, all things being equal, the real estate agent, or you could insert any business owner who has the bigger database, sells more. Like all things being equal, I think Shay and I are both pretty good salespeople. Okay. So I'm going to lump Shay and I together. All things being equal. If Shay and I were perfectly equal, the one of us that sells more houses in 2026 is likely the one with the bigger database. It's just reality. Like you got to have people to talk to. And then number 5 is retargeting all of your contacts in your database on FB and IG. And I just should have said parentheses. So in my opinion, if you are full-time in this business and you want to sell more houses, you should not do anything else until you knock out all 5 of the things on that list. Not do anything else. I service your clients and so forth, but don't chase any new crazy shiny object until you knock out the basic blocking and tackling of making sure that all of the people that would already want to do business with you will do business with you. And the reason why I have number 4 on the list is all of you are getting some amount of traffic to some websites, I would think, most of you. And this is a way for you to generate or capture more opportunities from that traffic. I feel like that was very sermon, it was a little bit aggressive there. I get
Very inspiring. Thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate it. In the weeds question, but on the market reports, do you set up neighborhood specific or just zip code and be done? It depends, Julian. So many things in real estate, it depends. Because, Julian, if I remember correctly, you live in Dallas or Texas, somewhere, right? So for me, James, what was that?
California.
Oh, how did I have that wrong? Whatever. It doesn't matter. You don't live in my market, is the point. So for me, in my market, what makes sense most of the time is for me to set them up on a zip code market report, but that might not be the right answer for you. Let me explain why it's the right answer for me most of the time. I can live in Carlisle and have 2 different zip codes. And those 2 different zip codes are wildly different real estate markets. One is way more rural. The average price is way different. There's no like old townhome row homes, whatever. They're just wild. They're completely different real estate markets. Same for Mechanicsburg. I can live in Mechanicsburg and have 2 different zip codes, and they are, one is the borough, old row homes, etc., and one is the urban sprawl. I don't know if is that the right phrase? I don't know, but it's newer homes, bigger lots, etc. So for me, that's the right answer. Harrisburg has 10 zip codes, and 17112 is nothing like downtown Harrisburg. Nothing. But I also don't have subdivisions or neighborhoods that are big enough for me to set up a market report that's a subdivision or neighborhood specific. But some of you do. Some of you have subdivisions around you that are thousands of homes. I don't. So the answer is, I wouldn't obsess over it. I would make the right call based upon the information you have at hand and know that some market report for the contact is better than no market report. Because at a minimum, you're showing up in their inbox on some regularity or with some regularity, providing real estate information that hopefully is somewhat relevant to. Whew, man, I'm wearing myself out. I might need a nap. I'm like sore. I don't even know what's going on.
Take a power nap, 15, 20 minutes, and you're up and running.
Yeah, I might actually do that. Probably not, but every once in a while I do. So here's how I'm going to deliver on the many things that I've promised in this replay. And I will tell you, if you can't find any of it, just ask me and I will get it to you. But what I will do is edit this video, clean it up, remove the anywhere from the dozen to hundreds of times I say on these sessions, no matter how hard I try, and I will get that replay on my YouTube channel. Most likely it'll be published tonight, worst case scenario tomorrow morning. And then I will add the replay to the school community with all of the referenced links. So this document, I'll make sure it's in there. The document with the different variations of primary text and headline text, I'll either record or live tomorrow morning, adding more ads to that same ad set for retargeting. I'll put it all in one place so it's easier to get everything that was promised. And also, I will do my level best to reply to the text messages, the DMs and so forth that have already come in as I was promising this. And yeah, I'll get that together as soon as I possibly can for everybody. I have a guest coming next week who I saw him speak at the event I went to in September, the Agent to CEO conference. And there was lots of great sessions. It was only 2 days, but there was lots of great sessions. He broke down the 5 models of growing your real estate business in a way that I thought was better than any explanation I had ever seen around it. And the reason I want to have him on is to help anyone here who feels like they don't have clarity around what type of real estate business they want to build, get clarity around that. Because until you have clarity, it is virtually impossible to be focused. And if you don't have focus, you're at the whim of anyone. And I feel this still, even though I know that I have at least I have more clarity since then than I had before then. And yet you see an ad and you're like, "Ooh, what's that?" Or you see this or whatever, right? But I think he's awesome, great dude. His name is Joel. I think it'll help all of you. And so the models or what that looks like is anywhere from a single agent with leverage to mega team. And what I think is helpful from a clarity perspective is he breaks down, look, this is the pros, these are the pros, and if this is your model, this is the path to get to whatever level you want to get to. If this is your model. So a little bit of a different topic than what these normally are, but I got so much value from his presentation, I couldn't help but ask him to come on and chat about that. And I don't know, I think he offers like consulting, or I don't even know what his offer is. I don't really care. Here's the other reason that I asked him on. He will probably share how you could work with him, but it won't be a sales pitch. I can tell you with certainty, because we just jived in the way that we operate. And hopefully, I don't know if this is your first time on one of these or your bazillionth time, but you know that I'm not the hardcore closer, right? Like I want to lead with value and let you come to your own conclusions. Sometimes I get a little excited the last 10 minutes, but I try to lead with value and let you come to your own best, most informed decision for you and your business. That should be fun and exciting. If you haven't been tuning into the lives that I've been doing in the morning, you can check those out. I literally just go on usually around 8:30 and I just do the business. I'm calling people, I'm texting people, I'm posting on social, I'm recording videos, I'm doing whatever I'm doing to close more deals. I got to fill my pipeline back up. I've had like 3 closings or settlements in the last week, which is awesome, but I got to replace them. I got to add more in, which is why I was on the hunt this morning, trying to proactively put some deals together, and I'll be doing the same again tomorrow morning. So you can check those out. I stream them on the YouTube channel, on Facebook, on Instagram, on X or Twitter. I don't know if anybody ever watches them there, but StreamYard allows you to, so I do it. Why not use what you can? And then I'll get the replay of this up on the channel and in the school community with all the resources ASAP as well. Thanks, everybody. Have a great rest of the week. Pick one concept and implement from today. One thing, one idea. Just pick one. Pick one.
I'm doing them all.
Start with one. Start with one, Julian, because if you try and do them all, that's a surefire way to overwhelm. Pick one, commit to getting that done, and then once that's done and implemented, then you can move on to number 2.
I agree. I'm going to pick one and then move to the next.
Beautiful. Beautiful. All right, y'all. Appreciate you. Take care.
Thanks, Josh.